Hello, welcome back to the Patchwork Quilt. Today we're going to be making these really cute Valentine's Day decorations out of some items that I found at the Dollar Tree. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to need is a wooden cutout from the Dollar Tree. We're also going to need some chunky yarn. We're going to take our glue gun and we are going to start in the middle, run a bead of glue down the middle of the heart, and stick our chunky yarn on top of the glue. And it's really simple. We're going to do this all over the whole heart, and we're going to leave probably about, I would say, 1/4 inch around the edges, so you don't have to go all the way to the edges. Now I'm working from the center out because I thought it would be easier to get both sides even. So that is why I'm going from the center out to the sides. Now here I'm just going to trim around the edges and clean it up a little bit, because if I have that overhang on it, it is going to mess with the next part of the project, and I don't want that to happen. Starting in the center of the heart, we're going to run a bead of glue around the outside edges that we left open. Then I'm going to take a different color of chunky yarn. I have this beige looking color, and I'm going to run that around the edges to give the heart a finished look. For our next project, we are going to go ahead and use this Dollar Tree garland wreath form, and we need to take all this garland off of it. So you can either unravel it, and it usually starts in the middle, or you can cut it. But if you do want to cut it, fair warning, don't use good scissors because there is a wire in there. Now we're going to put a bead of glue in the middle, and we're going to take our chunky yarn and we are going to wrap it around the whole form. So we're kind of replacing the garland with chunky yarn. This is kind of tedious, and your yarn is probably going to get all tangled up, but it is worth it in the end. So now I have this piece of red fabric that I cut from a tablecloth I got at the Goodwill, and what we're going to be doing is gluing our yarn covered forms to the fabric. Now when I was doing this video, I distinctly remember thinking that one side was the front and one was the back. I just realized that that doesn't matter. So run glue on one side of your heart form and then glue it down to your fabric. Now you need to cut off the excess, and you want to get as close to the form as you can without cutting your yarn. That is very important. I cut my yarn one time and it did not turn out well. The last thing you want to do is flip it over and add a pipe cleaner so that you are able to hang it up.